All right, let's get started. So the command line interface, also known as the terminal, the console, there's a bunch of names, but it's the command line interface. So previously, can you see that? So there's the GUI. Has anybody heard the term like the GUI, the graphical user interface, and then there's the command line interface. So the GUI is generally how you would navigate your computer, the operating system with a mouse using graphics, use like icons, like all this. Oh God. Come on. Oh jeez. Like all these are graphics, like using icons. How do you create a new folder? Like delete folder. If I want to come in here, I can click on it. I can right click, new folder again, like stuff like that. That's like generally how you navigate your operating system. But we're developers now. It's not that efficient to do like navigate and create files that way. I just close that. So on the right hand or on the left hand side is the graphical user interface. On the right hand side, it's command line interface. That's what we've been working in all day, installing software. This is the command line. So just like I created a folder on the desktop, I can navigate my entire OS via the command line. You can't completely delete your entire hard drive from the command line on accident. By just be like, oh, I'm just typing, oh no, oh, what's that? Crap, I deleted the whole computer. I hacked into that and I say, you can't do that, right? So what can you do in the command line? Pretty much everything you can do using the GUI, the graphical user interface. You can add a folder, remove a folder, list contents, add a file, remove a file, navigate to another folder. Let's see. So if I wanted to list out all the contents in my current working directory, how do I do that? LS?
And then space. And then dash ALTR.
So LS dash ALTL?
ALTRH. That shows the hidden files.
Whoa. That's everything. Nice.
Yeah, so the period, it should be a hidden file, if I'm correct.
Right. Yeah. So how else is it dash AL? That's also.
That's for list, right? Like
yeah. List is like list. So this is everything in my current working directory, which is at Compre my MacBook Pro 2. I don't have two of them. So if I wanted to make a directory, make a new folder, how would I do that? MKDIR. And then file. Yep. So if I want to make one on the desktop, how would I get to the desktop from here? Right there. So now right here, it indicates that my current working directory is the desktop. I can list everything out in here. Here's everything on my desktop. And I can look at that because I can look like, if I want to see that delete folder that I just created, it's right there. So make a folder. If I wanted to CD, what if I want to go into that delete folder? How do I navigate into the delete folder?
CD for a change directory.
Yep, CD, change directory. Now if I want to delete folder, so if I want to get into the delete folder, I can also just press tab, which is autocomplete. So it's going to autocomplete up until pretty much everything unless there's like another file that has the same amount or the same content up until that point where then it changes. So delete folder. Now if I wanted to create a file,
touch, File name.
File.js. So I want to list everything in this file. So there's my test file.js, and there's that other folder I created. What if I wanted to open this directory into VS Code? Anybody know? I can do code.r period. Code space.
Code space dot.
So if I just do code, so I delete this. I'm in this file. If I just do code space dot. There we go. Yep. So there's my file. Here's my other folder. So in VS Code, up in the upper left-hand corner with the stack of paper, this is where like all your working directory is. This is your current working directory of VS Code. So there's my file. If I wanted to make another Python file in here, I'll test file 2. That's a Python file. So I touch. Test file. I'll do test file 2.py because it's a Python file. And there it shows up. And with that one extension, the icons, that's what we're seeing right there. You can distinguish between the two. Now, what if I wanted to delete this, the first JavaScript file? Test file.js. And there it goes. See what other commands we got. We have touch, remove, list, CD. So CD. If I wanted to navigate to the desktop from here, how would I navigate to the desktop from here? How do I go up a file, or up a directory?
CD space period period.
Why not?
CD.
Was it CD space period period?
Yes.
So I'm at the desktop. I want to navigate back into the delete folder. And I heard someone say if I CD, just random CD, what's that going to do? That takes me all the way back to the root. So I'm CD desktop, delete, folder, ls.
That could be a painful premature enter. If you're 10 folders in.
I'm back here.
Hey, Tom, I don't think we can see your screen. It just turned off like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, it did? Okay. Scared me. Is that better?
Yep, there you go.
Awesome. So if I wanted to remove, so we removed a file. How do I remove a folder? So I want to remove this scrambled folder so I can see
rmdir,
rmdir,
and then
JD.
assuming it's not, if it has files in it, I think you have to do a rm space dash rf.
Hold on. CD. Let's remove this delete folder then. How do I do it? RM
Pack rf and then folder.
delete. What is that doing?
It's recursively erasing every file in it, and then the F option is force. So like if the directory is not empty, it's still going to erase it.
Great. So like I have this command line exercise. And I want to delete that, but I just want to do rmdir. I want to just remove the command line exercises that has folders and files into it. I want to click it. It says remove command line directory not empty. It's like you can't delete that because it's not an empty directory. But if I do rf, what is it? rm.rf command line exercise, and I list it, they're gone. So in order to CD, let's go into my app, ls cd. This is a React app. So if I wanted to move up, I want to move from my app right here up to the desktop and then into, let's see what we got. U.S. National Parks. How do I do that?
CD space tilde forward slash desktop forward slash national parks or US underscore national parks.
Like that.
Yes.
There we go. So I'm back in my app, but so if I wanted to navigate to, so if I want to navigate to U.S. National Parks from my app, I can also just do back, going up a level, because ... moves up a level, and then U.S. National Parks. So let's do an exercise together, and then each and one of you can go do this exercise on your own. So, CD. So make a folder. Let's do this together. So let's make a folder on our desktop called command line exercise. So how do I do this?
MKDIR.
Where am I currently located?
Oh, where?
Yeah, so CD space tilde.
Desktop, tilde.
You just be on desktop.
Yeah, or PWD shows the current directory that you're in.
CD.
Where you're at.
CD desktop. And then I want to make mkdir command line exercise. And then list to verify it's there. Always list, just after every command, always just list. It's just easier so you actually know like what's going on. So inside that folder, make another folder called exercise 1. So how do I get into the command line? Yep. All right. Now I want to make another folder called exercise 1. Exercise 1. List. There's my exercise 1 folder. I'm gonna. That's better. And then inside exercise 1, CD exercise 1, create an empty file called awesome text. How do I create a file? .txt. And there's my awesome text. You want to hit the lights, like move the lights down, and it's probably easier to. It could be the bottom of the right-hand one. That's fine. So what did I do? I created a file called awesome text. I want to open the command line exercise folder within VS Code. I just want to do that. I probably should do that anyway, just to see. How do I do that?
You want to go up.
Go up one directory. All right. So what I did there, I just went into the command line exercise and did code.r period. It's going to redo it. So I'm already in here, so there you go. So I created a file called awesome text. So I have to be within exercise 1. That's where I created it. So I want to go back out one directory and create another folder called exercise 2.
CD space dot.
Dot. and then create another directory.
NKDIR.
Using the terminal directory.
Yep.
How do I make that happen? Still in this time.
So in order to open up the terminal within VS Code, you can go up to here to terminal, new terminal, or you can do control tilde to open up and close your terminal. So there I opened up exercise 2. There's nothing in there. I can change into the exercise 2 directory. How do I do that? Exercise. So I want to like hide. I want to autofill this. So I'm going to click tab. You see how it only autofills up to that point because there's 2, exercise 1, exercise 2. There we go. I'm in exercise 2. Create 2 empty files called Kilo Platoon, a Python file, and a JavaScript file called Kilo Platoon. How do I create 2 files?
It's just space under the file name.
So it's just space and then another file. I can create as many files just by space separated. Okay. Touch. So kilo underscore platoon.py and then space and then kilo platoon.js. So create both of those files. See if that worked. There we go.
So you
And-
don't need 2 ampersands, it just takes it.
Yeah, just kilo platoon JS. And go ahead.
Oh, what's that subheading or what's the drop down above there? I don't have the folder structure open. Just one at the top of that whole
This part?
section.
Oh.
Yeah. Command.
This one?
I only have open editors. Don't have the folders visible.
Oh, it's probably because you opened it and you open exercise 1. So if you CD out to command line, then code -r -3. Okay, cool. So I created 2 files. List everything in the current working directory you're in. Always get used to listing. So there they are. Change back out of the exercise 2 folder. How do I go up 1 level?
CD space.
Well, list, exercise 1, exercise 2. Next, delete the exercise 2 folder. So how do I delete the exercise 2 folder? -rf, recursively force delete, period, or no, exercise autofill 2. I'm going to list everything. Get used to always list everything. So exercise 2 is gone. Good. From there, list everything the current working directory we're in. Change into exercise 1 folder and list everything in it. CD exercise 1, list everything out by typing ls. And go back out 1 directory. Go back out 1, list everything in there. And go back out to the desktop directory and then delete the command line folder. How do I delete the command line or command line exercise folder? So where the command line exercise is right here on my desktop. By rn space -rf command line exercise. I'm going to list everything because always list. It's gone. It's no longer there. What questions do you have?
Where is the PowerPoint?
The PowerPoint? I'll send it out. No, yeah. All right. Now, if you haven't, over the next 10 minutes, go through this whole thing, and then take a 5-minute break and be back by 2 p.m. Then we'll get into today's lecture, and essentially go over the challenges for today.